Hey everybody, it's John from Detect Auto. In this video today, I'm going to give you a quick rundown of how you can utilize our maintenance interval management platform. On this tab here inside of the shop settings, we're going to go to the maintenance intervals tab, and the first thing we're going to see is a completely blank screen. There's not going to be any intervals in there. The first thing you're going to want to do is add your intervals. To do that, you're going to click on this plus button here to add intervals. Then you can choose to select individual intervals. You can mix and match whoever you'd like. You can add all of the intervals, or if you don't think some of them are relevant, you can just simply go ahead and uncheck them. So I'll go ahead and just uncheck the couple intervals that I don't want to include on this service, and then once everything looks good, I'm going to go ahead and click Add Selected. Once I've added the selected intervals, I can go ahead and close out of the screen, and now we will have pre-populated your page with a bunch of default Detect Auto intervals. In the next step, I'm going to run through how you can take those intervals and tweak them to your liking. Now that we've built out our maintenance intervals, the next thing we're going to need to do is update them to the settings that we'd like to utilize. So to do that, on my first interval that I'd like to change, if I hover over the row, on the right hand side here, we'll see there's a little pencil icon and a little trash can icon. If you click on the pencil icon, that will open up our edit menu, at which point you have a couple options. The first page is your basic info. This is where you can change the name of the service, the priority of the service, and the priority basically means when is it recommended. Higher priority items will show up first in the Detect Auto recommendations, and lower priority items will show up last. You can also configure the due soon mileage and the threshold days, which is basically indicating when do we want to start alerting customers that they're going to need to pay attention to these vehicle recommendations. The next tab is our interval configuration setting. This is where you can choose between three different types of intervals. You can choose every, which is every time this threshold for time or mileage is eclipsed, we're going to recommend the service. You can choose first and then, which would be the first interval is different than the recurring interval. So if you want to recommend a service every 30,000 miles or 2 years and then repeat it every 15K or 2 years, you can change that. And the last one is at. This is basically a one-time recommendation. Once we eclipse this mileage, we're going to recommend the service one time, and then once it's completed, we're never going to recommend it again. So we'll leave it as is for now, and then we'll keep moving to the next section. If we want to use manufacturer recommended data, we would go ahead and turn on this Use OEM Maintenance Data button. From here, this gives us a lot of options. The first one would be to use custom interval if there's no OEM data. What this means is if we don't get a maintenance interval returned from the manufacturer, but your shop has set up a default standard, then we're going to apply your shop's default standard at that time. So I'll go ahead and toggle that on here. The next one is use whichever interval is sooner, meaning we're going to compare your shop's standard and we're going to compare the manufacturer's interval and see which one of those is due first. And then that will be the interval that gets recommended. So I'm going to toggle that one on as well. The next interval that we can select is for using normal severity OEM intervals. This one's fairly common as well. We default to using the severe interval, but we can also default to using the normal intervals where available. Then finally, we also have something called Applied Vehicle Attribute Rules with OEM. This one is something we'll get into on the next section of this screen, but effectively how this works is if you're recommending a service that may be only applicable for four-wheel drive cars or diesels or an electric vehicle, for example, you would definitely want to turn this on because those vehicle attributes dictate the recommendations that we make. Jumping to the next section here in our Vehicle Attributes tab, this is where you can specify what services are or are not applicable for a vehicle based on these attributes. So what I'm going to do is click on this plus attribute button, and what this will do is allow me to configure this in various ways. The first one being is. If we have is selected from this drop down here, that will say that for any time that an attribute is applicable, this interval will get recommended. So let's say we only wanted to recommend this service for four-wheel drive vehicles. We could go ahead and select that attribute from the drop down, and then what it would do is now every time we have a four-wheel drive vehicle, that maintenance interval will now be recommended. But let's say we want to make it a little more complicated. What if we also wanted to only recommend that if it was four-wheel drive and a diesel? Then we'll click plus attribute again, and we'll get a new connector attribute. This is where you can select or and. And since we want this to be applicable for four-wheel drive and diesel vehicles, I would go ahead and select in this drop-down, diesel. There's a bunch of different options that you can select from this list though, so any of these options are things that you can pick for your vehicle attributes. Lastly, we're going to set up an exclusion as well. So let's say we don't want this recommended for electric vehicles. So we could say, and not electric. Once we add these intervals and hit save, all of those updates will be added for the attributes. But if we don't think they're necessary, we can go ahead and delete them here. This next section is for canned jobs and for canned job recommendations. These will come in once we sync your shop's maintenance recommendation data and connect it with your shop management software. This pulls in all of your preset canned jobs and allows you to map the services directly to your maintenance recommendations. And finally, this last tab here is for your matching rules. What these do is they allow you to set the terms that we're looking for initially to determine, is this a good fit for this maintenance interval? So what we may do here for brake fluid is we're going to look initially and see any job, service item, part, labor line that mentions brakes. We're going to evaluate it with our AI model. But maybe we want to exclude the term brake inspection. We could go ahead and exclude this phrase. And if we click add, now anytime that we see a brake inspection, we're not going to count that for a brake fluid flush. And finally, you can update your classification instructions too by saying, if you only want to recommend this service when an applicable brake fluid flush has occurred, you could add some detail. For example, I could say only count brake fluid flushes or fluid exchanges. Do not count bleeding brake lines. Once I'm done with all these changes that I wanted to make, you can go ahead and click through the tabs, confirm everything's been set up the way you'd like, and then when you're done, you can go ahead and hit save. And now that will make those changes in effect for that maintenance interval line item. The next thing we're going to do is update the vehicle attributes for our oil changes as well. So one common thing that a lot of shops like to do is they like to recommend diesel oil changes in addition to synthetic oil changes. And so I'm going to quickly run through how we would set up our shop for that. I'm going to go to my synthetic oil change here and click on the pencil icon. Then I'm going to go directly into my vehicle attributes. We already have some exclusions set up here, but we're going to click on the plus attribute button and add an additional exclusion to not show this service for diesel vehicles. I'm going to hit save, and then I'm going to do something where I create a custom interval. So I'm going to click on this add intervals button again, and I'm going to click on create custom. At this point, there won't be any information entered in here, so I'm going to go ahead and make my diesel oil change. And I'm going to leave everything as is because this shop hasn't specified what settings they want. Then I'm going to head to my interval type, and this is where I would specify my time and mileage intervals. So let's say I want to recommend this every 5,000 miles or 3 months. Then I would confirm that if I'm using manufacturer recommended data for this, I have my appropriate fields toggled on. And finally, I'm going to add a vehicle attribute because I only want to recommend this service on diesels. Finally, I would head over to my matching rules section, and I'm going to add some search terms for this. I'm going to add LOF, I'm going to add lube, and I'm going to add oil because these are very common search words we see for oil changes. Once all that's done, I'm going to go ahead and hit save. And now we've added our diesel oil change maintenance interval to our list. Finally, if you just wanted to tweak the time or mileage for a maintenance interval, you can click into the fields and then you can update them accordingly. So let's say I wanted to change this synthetic oil change to 5K or every 3 months. All I have to do is click into the field, update the interval, and then hit save. And now my changes have been taken into effect. Lastly, let's say I wanted to delete an interval that I added. We have our coolant hose replacement here. I don't want to recommend that service anymore. What I'm going to do is simply scroll over to the side, click on that trash can button, and then hit save. Once I hit save and this green success notification pops up, that means the interval's been edited the way that I need it to. Hope this helps you get started building out your maintenance intervals. And if you do have any questions, feel free to reach out to our team. We're happy to support you.